Doesn't that look absolutely delicious? Or the lechera on the outside and the inside. And the police comes. That actually did scare me. Well, the last Coyoacan video was popular. You guys seemed to like it and wanted to see more. So today we're going to see more of Coyoacan. In the areas surrounding the main square, there are lots of nice little neighborhoods. And right now we're in the Santa Catarina neighborhood, one of the more historic areas. And this is the Capilla de Santa Catarina. And this church has a lot of historical importance. As many of you know, Coyoacan was the center of New Spain. And in the early colonial period, this church was built for indigenous people to worship. And guys, many of you said to come to this particular neighborhood. Thanks for the suggestion, really nice. This particular church is set in a beautiful square. I feel very relaxed in here. Such a tranquil place with dogs running around, people buying bits of food, ice cream, things like that. But the next place we're going to, I'm kind of worried about. Apparently it's a haunted passageway. And do I really feel afraid to be here? Not really, to be honest. Although this passageway is known as one of the most haunted areas in Mexico City. And the police comes. That actually did scare me. There are actually lots of legends about this place. And one of them is that there was a family which played the Ouija board. And one day the father went crazy and started to murder everyone. And let's give you a better view. You can see a little altar there, which looks anything but scary. This haunted passageway is called Callejón de Aguacate, the avocado passage, because there are some avocado trees around here. And in other legends, they say that there are bodies buried under the trees. If you go on Facebook, like comments about stories about this passageway in the news, you see people who say, well, actually, my gran's lived here in this area for many years and she's never seen anything or heard anything. It's not strange at all. What do you guys think? Do you believe in this stuff? I myself, not so much. We did it, guys. We've walked through one of the most haunted spots in Mexico City. And in the Coyoacan Part 1 video, many of you said, I need to try some churros. But before churros, guys, I have to show you this. Selling dusters on the street. Wow. And as many of you know, churros is originally from Spain. And you find them in many places around the world, especially in Latin America and in Mexico, particularly in Coyoacan. Now I know many of you will have your favorite places to eat churros if you're from Mexico City, but this one is my favorite, Churros Jordan. Here is the menu, so many different kinds, but today I'm going for my favorite, which is the lechera, the condensed milk. So let's go inside, and here you can see the big bowl of the dough, which will be fried. Over there you can see the oil, and this is the machine. Hopefully some are about to come out. Look at that, in a perfect prism shape. I'm walking a lot today, by the way, guys, so I'm allowed to have one of these quite happily. Got it. Now let's take a seat. Doesn't that look absolutely delicious? Or the lechera on the outside and the inside. First bite, absolutely fantastic. Freshly made, delicious lechera. What kind of churros do you like? My number 2 is the cajeta. Love that stuff. Churros Jordan, thank you very much. Until next time. And if you come to Coyoacan, you have to try churros. And now, let's head to another part of the neighborhood. And what a beautiful neighborhood this is. It's called Colonia del Carmen. And this house, and someone just told me that it is actually a house, must be the most patriotic house I have ever seen in Mexico. The whole wall is a Mexican flag, and up here you can see the Virgen de Guadalupe set within the Mexican flag. And of course, there are some real Mexican flags just up there. The Blue House, La Casa Azul, this is where the famous artist Frida Kahlo was brought up and lived in her later life with her husband, Diego Rivera. And this is definitely one of the most popular tourist spots in the city. Down there, you can see the line going all the way down, and apparently there's a 1 hour wait. So my advice is, if you really want to see this, you should get here early. And Frida Kahlo was famous for self-portraits. I guess if she was alive today, she would probably be doing lots of selfies and have 10 million followers on Instagram of her artistic selfies. And I quite like this street. It's called London Street. If you don't know, I'm from England. Anyway, let's carry on. And carry on we do. We're outside the Museum of Leon Trotsky. This is where he used to live when he was exiled from Russia. And I think most of you know Leon Trotsky was the founder of the Red Army, and I believe a political rival to Stalin, who exiled him, and he ended up in Mexico one day in Tampico on an oil tanker. This is where he lived and eventually was assassinated somewhere in there with an ice axe. Not a very nice way to go, but he had a huge impact on the world. And no lines here, not as popular as the Frida Kahlo Museum, but I'm sure it's just as interesting. It's located just a few blocks to the north of the Frida Kahlo, about a 5-minute walk. And walking I must do now. I'm actually in the middle of two roads, big highway here. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, helps the channel spread. And if this is your first time watching True Mexico, please do subscribe. It'd be great to have you in the True Mexico community. So until next time everybody, hasta luego.